What pseudo-experts do best is using comparison to manufacture a truth you think is real. In an age of information chaos, the things most likely to mislead people are not outright lies, but half-truths created through carefully designed comparisons. This is one of the most common and most concealed tactics used by pseudo-experts. They won't tell you directly, this is wrong. For example, they will select an obvious mistake, a common flaw, or a specific failed case and magnify it to the extreme. Then they quickly present another, seemingly better option, using polished examples to demonstrate how it is clearly superior. At this point, you may notice that your judgment begins to drift. Not because their argument is particularly strong, but because your attention has been pulled by the comparison itself. The most critical issue is that these comparisons usually contain three problems. First, uneven samples. The negative example they choose is often the worst possible case, while the positive example is the most ideal and smoothest scenario. When two extremes are placed side by side, the vast gray area of reality in between disappears entirely. Second, incomplete information structure. They show you the result of the comparison, but never the underlying conditions. For example, they may say, they failed, so they're unreliable, without explaining at what stage, in what market, or under what circumstances the failure occurred, nor whether the success they highlight also depended on specific conditions. Third, the logic chain is deliberately shortened. Pseudo-experts let you see two outcomes, but never the process from A to B. Because once the process is missing, the audience fills in the logic with emotion rather than facts. When all three of these appear together, comparison stops being a tool and becomes a weapon. You think you've seen a gap, but in reality, you've only seen the part they wanted you to see. True professionals explain the scope when presenting comparisons. In what situations is A better? In what environments does B actually work? They do not inflate individual experiences into universal conclusions. So when you see someone repeatedly saying, look how bad this is, or look how good that is, there's one crucial thing you can do. Separate the comparison and examine each part independently. When looking at A, don't rush to think about B. When looking at B, don't rush to infer A. Once the two images are separated, the power of the comparison tactic drops sharply. And that is exactly what pseudo-experts don't want you to do, because they are not good at understanding complexity. They are good at using comparison to make you think you've understood it.